Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we're taking a cheeky look at Cardano and specifically taking a look at liquid finance. Chris, this is a fantastic first look at the DeFi app for basically, for Cardano's ecosystem called Liquid Finance. And we're going to have a look and see how this thing works. So if you do find this video useful, informative, maybe entertaining, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel and not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you're going to be kept up to date with all the fantastic news and events that are happening in the crypto space. So why not? Chris, anything you want to add, or should we jump straight over to the desktop and take a look at this fantastic app?
Well, Nick, it's a Cardano video. So what does that mean? It means I need to tell you all, you've got to jump in our pool, earn some juicy rewards and all that sort of jazz. You can do this using the ticker Cheek. Plenty of videos on the channel how to delegate ADA if you're not delegating already. Well worth doing for many reasons.
Fantastic. Well, let's jump over to the desktop, Chris, and take a look at what's going on here for the DeFi app Liquid Finance. Fantastic. So this is how Cardano's first DeFi app Liquid Finance will work. So users are expected to be able to earn LQ tokens and participate in Cardano's staking. The Liquid Finance team is currently in an early exploration phase, but theoretically it's possible, and we like the sound of that. I like theoretical. Obviously we like physical more than theoretical, but things have to take their time to be developed, and if you want something done right, definitely want to be taking a note out of Charles Hoskinson's book here, and creating an ecosystem that actually works rather than something that potentially is flawed. So willing to wait on this one if it makes it better. So in an episode for Cardano Chats, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧𝗏, the inventor of Liquid Finance, talked about the current progress and what application will bring, or what the application will bring to the table. With an expected launch date of June 2021 coinciding with the Alonzo hard fork, Liquid will likely be the first decentralized finance application on Cardano. And Cameron explained the goal of Liquid as follows. Liquid is an open source liquidity protocol, and its use case is built around lending. Liquid is for anyone who owns ADA and wants to use that ADA as collateral to open a loan in USD. With use cases for developers and stake pool operators who are in the Cardano ecosystem and don't want to create taxable events and want to leverage their ADA holdings to earn some yields. So this is really interesting stuff. And I really like the fact that, if you don't want those taxable events as, potentially converting your ADA into a stable coin or something like that, or converting it to a different asset. In the UK, at least, those are taxable events. And we like to find ways that do not create those taxable events, don't we, Chris?
You do, exactly.
Specifically, if you're not actually, taking any of the money off the table, you're just kind of moving it around. So yeah, we shouldn't have to be taxed on all of those things. So it's good to see that there's something happening on the Cardano ecosystem that might actually, be able to leverage that. Really good stuff. And ultimately, it's for anyone who needs a lending or borrowing service in a decentralized way. And that makes sense. So Liquid Finance is similar to 𝗕𝗊𝗪, Compound, Yearn Finance, and others on Ethereum, right? So LQ is the governance token of the platform and will be used for improving liquid finance, making parameter changes, and for any other modifications that require community involvement. So is it possible to yield farm LQ from staked ADA? However, there is one major difference. So like Trezos, Liquid Finance aims to enable staking and yield farming simultaneously. Thus, users can earn rewards for delegating and performing yield farming on Liquid Finance. However, this feature is still in its early stages, and Cameron says, "We are still in the early exploration. It depends phase. theoretically, yes, it is possible. It has a lot to do with the way Cardano staking works, meaning you don't actually lock ADA when you stake it in staking pools. And that's a fundamental thing. And that's one of the things that's really good about Cardano. You have a full flexibility over that ADA. You can delegate it to a pool and also just move it somewhere else at will. It is not locked up in any sense of the word. So it's truly flexible, which is really good. Anything you want to add to that bit?
No, I think that covers that side of things off quite nicely, Nick. To be fair, yeah, like at the moment, there's no real reason not to be delegating ADA.
Absolutely, and as Cameron says, as Cameron says, they jump in your pool. That's right, yeah. But as Cameron says, ADA users are rather delegating than staking their ADA into staking addresses. Liquid will basically sign a transaction body with the staking address of the user. This allows the stake to be used in the pool, thus Liquid Finance users can utilize a system where ADA funds remain delegated until they are borrowed. Ultimately, the protocol would establish a sort of hybrid system, which is fantastic. And to go into here, we can say, so what you can actually is to take the unborrowed ADA. Each of these markets has a utilization ratio, which is basically a function that combining the amount of supply and the amount of borrow. So if I have a very low utilization ratio, that means that many people have supplied, but not many have borrowed at all. Really bad translation there. But ultimately, at a very high utilization ratio, I am almost near 1-to-1 in terms of how much I have on the supply side and how much is borrowed. So meaning not many people can take out loans when the utilization is very high. And wouldn't be very cool if you have all this unborrowed ADA that can also be staked in a staking pool they've entered in, unless the ADA becomes borrowed. So it sounds very complicated, but actually if you kind of break that down, despite the broken translation, that makes a lot of sense. Ultimately, you can, in theory, have it delegated to a pool until it is borrowed, and really interesting stuff. Reading, the feasibility of this idea, Cameron further explained, it will definitely depend on how Plutus, Cardano's smart contract platform, is going to interact with the delegation keys and how the contracts in Plutus are going to be able to handle the delegation keys of those wallets. We are still in the exploration phase with IOHK, or IOG as it is now. So let's talk a little bit, Chris, about the LQ token. According to the FAQ section of their website, the LQ token will have a total supply of 21 million, which was minted with the Merry hard fork, and can be held by supporting wallets or wallets that support the Merry upgrade. So in addition, it is already known that the LQ tokens will be distributed 60% to the community, 24% to the core team, and 10% to the yield farming, 5% to the DAO treasury, and 1% to the consultants. For the yield farming feature, the called 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, I'm not sure I'm going to say that right, the above also mentioned percentage will be released at 2.78% for each Cardano epoch, which is 5 days. In other words, all users participating in yield farming will receive a total of 2.1 million LQ over a period of 6 months. The protocol team clarifies the following. The initial yield farming staking contract on the 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗀 will be the first option for users to begin earning LQ. Cardano's 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗀 sidechain is a dependency and yield farming product launch, and is subject to change pending on IOHK's timelines for launching the 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗀 sidechain and the basic infrastructure required for our dApp. So really going to see how that one comes out, Chris, because really interested to see a little bit more on the LQ token side of things. Really good to see what kind of rewards potentially out there for yield farming and all that kind of stuff. I think there's lots going on here with this Liquid Finance app, and I think we're going to do a lot more videos in the future, Chris, just covering what Liquid Finance is all about, how it's going to work, what the reward potentially on the table is going to be, and how to go about doing it. I think it's going to be really good stuff, Chris.
Yeah, and I think, you know, with a lot of this stuff, there's that aspect of safety. But for me, I kind of feel really safe in this environment. You know, knowing what I know about, you know, Cardano and the pool and everything that sort of happens in the background. So yeah, I think this is like a really big deal. I think, you know, you're going to start to see other investors starting to get into Cardano that aren't already in Cardano, just because of the yield farming and stuff like that, all that aspect. So yeah, really interesting, really excited about the future. And I think, yeah, it's again another thing to support price discovery and knowledge on Cardano, which I think is great.
It is going to be absolutely brilliant. So guys, if you have found this useful, informative, maybe entertaining, go ahead and hit that like button. We really do appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and not yet subscribed, go ahead, subscribe, it's free. And in doing so, you're going to be kept up to date with all of the news and you know, just the fantastic kind of stuff that we do here on the crypto space, Chris. I think, yeah, why not? Join us and yeah, we'll keep you well up to date. And with all that said and done, we hope everyone has a fantastic day and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, take care.